Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 129, another paint and chat. Um, yeah, really don't have a topic per se. May you know come up with something that has been banging around in the back of my brain. We'll see what happens when McMurray shows up, or he's definitely showing up. Hoping that Reese will show up a little bit later, as he will do from time to time on Wednesdays. Um, but we've got Chris Long. Hello, all. We've got Charles Latour saying evening. We've got Nguyen Chris, the other Canadian Chris, saying hi, everyone. And we've got Richard Keenan saying hello. Hi, guys. Thank y'all for showing up. Thanks for watching. It is truly appreciated. So, I have not received an email this week regarding a sale yet over at Wiley Games. We may see one come out later tomorrow, but I haven't seen anything as of yet. So, no sale, but you can get 10% off if you have not used Notjay, Notjay, and you can get 20 or 25% off. I'm not quite sure which it is. If you use McMurray's, and for the love of God, I cannot remember McMurray's off the top of my brain right now. It's like McMurray. I don't remember. Anyway, so they've got the newest version of Fistful of Lead Reloaded, second edition out. They've got the new Star Wars cards available as for PDF download. So, yeah, head on over to wiley-games.com to check out all the new great stuff. And remember, the Baroness is keeping track of all your sales or all your purchases. So as you build up those amounts, and everything that you buy on the store counts towards this, including mugs and shirts and cards and PDFs and books, etc. As you purchase more and more, you get cooler and cooler little gifts. So, for instance, you can get a nifty cork. Oops. Bah. I just dripped on my computer. A cork coaster for your cold or hot drinks. You can get all the way up to a baseball cap, depending on how much you spend with us. So, not with us, with them. I say us because, well, you know, I work with Jay and Robin quite a bit on the conventions that we put on. So, us tangentially. Anyway, Nguyen says there are some neat things going on this month at the World War I Museum and the Memorial, as you might be interested as you live relatively close by. There's actually always something interesting going on there. Again, I've been there once. I definitely want to go again. I want to take Donna with me. I think she might find it interesting also. Because she does genuinely enjoy going to see these historical things with me. Um, she might not have prior to knowing me, but she does now. So win-win for me. She loved going on USS Texas and USS Lexington with me. She thought it was really cool when we went and saw the destroyer escort and the submarine there at Seawolf Park in Galveston. So, went to the Institute of Texan Cultures in San Antonio, talking about all the different all the different cultures that have made Texas Texas. Is pretty cool. So she genuinely enjoys doing that. I think she might like going to some of the Civil War battlegrounds with me also. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to get her out to the World War One museum with me. Well worth the money. It is. I think it is $18 to get a ticket to get in, but it's worth it. Abs- Excuse me, absolutely worth it. Telemachus says, greetings, one and all. Hey, Telemachus, thanks for coming in, buddy. Nguea says, hello, or thumbs up at Telemachus. And Telemachus responds with, at Nguea, hello. And then Nguea says, have you gone to any of the space things in Texas and Florida? So I have been to Kennedy Space Center. That was really cool. When I was there, I'm giving away some time here. I think it was Discovery was actually on the launch pad when we went out to 39. I think it is 39A. You can go to and climb in, climb around on the launch gantries and whatnot. I mean, you can't go all the way up, of course, but so I've been there. We have gone to Houston, the Johnson Space Center also. Had a lot of fun with that. So that was pretty good. I want to go to, I think it's Maxwell Air Force Base that has all of the space stuff. I think. Well, I know it's in Huntsville. I can't remember if Maxwell Air Force Base is in Huntsville or not. But the reason why Maxwell Air Force Base is on the top of my head is because that's headquarters of the Civil Air Patrol, which is the congressionally mandated civilian auxiliary of the United States Air Force, which for a while I was a member of. So we got Hizzy Cat in the house. Up. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And we've got Aningwe says, I envy you. Stop. Just stop. Yeah, well, Donna's the same way. How that came about is I was working for a company called Neverlost back in the early 2000s, and I was the district manager that covered Kansas City, St. Louis, and Wichita. And we were, hey Mike, how you doing, buddy? Greetings, all y'all. And we had district manager meetings in Orlando that year, so they flew us down, and the district manager of Oklahoma and North Texas and I were shacked up together in a hotel room because we had to share because, you got, but there was 30 of us, I think 30, 35, something like that, all in Orlando for these meetings. And what Neverlost did was we installed, maintained, and removed the Hertz Neverlost GPS system into Hertz rental cars. It was an upsell for Hertz to put GPS in. How you doing, McMurray?
What's up, buddy?
Just talking about how I got to travel to Kennedy Space Center.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so district manager at for Hertz Neverlost, we put in the GPS system because this was well before smartphones. Of course, this was well before GPS was a thing in cars, unless you spent a crap ton of money. We're talking like, Jags and BMWs and whatnot. So, Ford Tauruses and Mercury Sables did not have built-in GPS.
That's fair.
So, and also GPS back then had to fit in a box about yay big in the trunk or underneath the seat. So yeah. So we went there, and we were supposed to be down there for 3 days. We were down there. We flew down Tuesday. We were in meetings Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we got done on Friday. And our flights back home weren't until Saturday, so we were done by like 10:30 on Friday morning. They said, "Y'all are free to go. Do whatever you want." So everybody decided, "Hey, let's go to Disney." And at the time, I had no desire to go to Disney because, well, I hadn't been to Disney yet, and if I had gone to Disney, Donna would have disowned me even more than she did when I went to Kennedy Space Center. So my counterpart that I was rooming with said, "Hey, why don't we rent a car and drive out to Kennedy Space Center? It's like a 90-minute drive." I said, "Sure, why not?" So we hoofed on out there and took the bus tour. It was really cool. If you ever get the chance, and I'm sure they're still doing the bus tours. You ever get the chance to go to Kennedy Space Center, absolutely go. Again, well worth money, much like the World War I museum in Kansas City. Well worth it. So, and then the time we went to the Johnson Space Center in Houston is I was out there doing training in Deer Park, which is just outside of Houston, which is right next to LaPorte, where USS Texas used to be. And Donna came out with me for that week, and we, in the evenings after training was done, we went and did things, and that was one of the things we went to do. We went to the Johnson Space Center, so that was cool. So that's that. McMurray, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, just living the dream. How about you guys? It's a good day. It's a good day. One of these weeks, grocery shopping is not going to take as long, and I will get here at 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, it is not this week. Sorry, guys.
It happens. No worries. So, did y'all get rain down there today?
Oh, a load of it. Yeah. Tons.
Yeah. At one point in time, as my mom used to say, it rained like a two-twatted cow pissing on a flat rock.
Yeah, it was. It's been on and off all day, but it hasn't been. I don't know. It's never been just like a little drizzle. It's been pretty good showers on and off.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't say that we necessarily needed it per se. People always say we need it, but it's been raining a lot. Every week and a half, we just had some torrential stuff that drops all kinds of trees and knocks out power and dumb stuff like that. So I'm pretty done with that aspect of it.
Well, I can say up here in breadbasket of Illinois, we needed it because that last week when y'all got all the rain that you did with the bad storms,
Yeah,
we got a 2-inch rain.
yeah.
That's 2 inches between drops.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. I was going to say 2 inches is kind of a lot. That might even be the opposite of what you all needed. But okay, I got you.
Yeah. So today was good. It was there was some pretty good downpours throughout the day, but they didn't last real long. But most of the day was just a good steady rain, and we did have a good steady rain earlier, or late last week, or earlier this week. So it's really helped the corn. Right now is the perfect time for the soybeans to get hit to finish off, and then it is helping knock down some of all the crap that gets into the air when the corn decides to tassel and makes my life a living hell. So, what you been working on?
Honestly, since Saturday, not much. Been working. But I got in a couple packs of. So I think we talked about that I had picked up that tumbling dice
Yeah.
miniatures pack to substitute in for the counters in B17 liter.
Right.
To go along with those, I picked up some stuff from Pico Armor,
Nice.
which I always forget. How quickly Pico Armor gets to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, 2 days,
Right.
3 days maybe. But then also how good their sculpts are, man. Like,
Yeah. Now, for those that don't know, Pico Armor is 3mm or 1/600 scale, and they are from the company that actually does the sculpts is Osmo.
Odziel Osmi.
Odziel Osmi, which I know I'm not pronouncing correctly because there are sounds in that word or those two words that do not come naturally out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
But Odziel Osmi is close enough. People understand what you're saying. And they're out of Poland. And that's why it doesn't just roll off the tongue like it does if you're Polish. And they make some amazing stuff. Yes, Tumbling Dice has got some good sculpts. But man, the stuff that you get from Pico Armor is just amazing.
It is. Because they don't produce it, sometimes you get stuff that's out of stock.
Yeah.
Which, my stupid self, I ordered the majority of stuff through Tumbling Dice and then supplemented some of it through Pico Armor. I should have done the exact opposite, but yeah.
Yeah, well. Richard Keenan wants to know, how do they match up size-wise to Tumbling Dice?
They're basically the same size. In a minute here, I'll get the camera mounted up and I'll pull out a Spitfire next to a Spitfire and a Stuka next to a Stuka.
Okay.
They're very close. To be honest.
Wardrobe says sup all.
Hey, bud.
He says Pico. Ooh, I think I'll go to that scale. What do you guys think?
I think you do wonder for going to this scale, Todd. You could basically build most of the Luftwaffe for $45.
Yeah, pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you get, well, on the heavy bombers, you get, was it 2 for $5?
I don't know.
And fighter-sized aircraft, you get, I think, 8 for $5.
Yeah,
it's not a bad price.
It's not at all. It's a good enough price that I didn't bother 3D printing fighter aircraft.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, I will continue to 3D print my M60s and my M113s and all of their variants because I just have to have so many of them for my project.
Yeah, you want to have like 188, you're like 400 of each of them or some obnoxious shit.
It's like 340 M60s. So if you do 340 divided by 15, so that's 23 bags times $5. That's $115, which again, honestly, not a bad price. But I don't have $115 just to go for M60s. $115 gives me enough resin to honestly build out every M60 ever built.
I'm about to say, yeah, especially when each one of those M60s takes up like a quarter of a milliliter of resin.
Yeah, I think I figured in Chidu Box, they price out at like 0.4 cents each.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The support's almost double the amount of resin you're using at that scale, which I enjoy for a lot of stuff at small scales. But yeah.
So,
speaking of small scales, Hex to Hex has been printing at like 6 mil. Everybody knows,
he has.
Everybody knows he was making his 15 mils, right? He's been putting those Turner miniatures. He takes them and he puts them onto his own bases. He's doing awesome stuff. And then he prints them, so they're already on bases and strips and stuff. But he started scaling them down to 15 and putting them on bases there.
Yeah.
And he's doing great stuff. I hope he gets on here and he can show us some of it. But yeah.
Yo, love to have you. So.
If not, I'm sure we'll see him at some point in time. But
sure. Oh yeah.
He's doing a good stuff. He's doing really cool stuff on there, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, I'm liking that he is staying with it. Now keep in mind he does go in phases. He does go, kind of crazy with the printing and the painting for a while, and then he just stops and boxes it all up and puts it aside, which is fine. But I'm glad that he is taking it upon himself to stay with it and not just give his printers away or sell his printers or what have you.
Correct. He's doing a good job of it. Also, he's taken a big step in his journey as a miniatures gamer, which is branching out into a second scale of the exact same period.
Yeah, because who does that?
I'm really proud of him for that.
I mean,
yeah.
Who honestly has multiple scales of M60s and M1s and World War II battleships? I don't know anybody that's got
HMS,
four or five different scales of the USS Texas. I
was about to say that, or USS Constitution. Like, I'm on to my second hand in Constitutions last I checked.
Yeah.
Between 96, 100, 196, 250, 1200, 1000, 2400. I grabbed one in 4800, and there's, I want to say I have it in 300 as well, and 600. I did keep that out of the Black Sails stuff. So yes, I'm proud of you, Jeffy. I have a problem too, buddy, and I love it. I'm here for you, bud.
Yeah, we are definitely we can definitely be a support group for. Hi, my name is Chris.
Yeah, I play ACW in too many scales because I also have 15 mil ACW, 28 mil ACW, and 2 mil. I very narrowly avoided 6 mil, but I have avoided 6 mil up till now.
I'm going to tell you, Bacchus 6 mil is beautiful stuff.
Accurate. And I'm worried because I have 6 millimeter Victorians, which is really close to ACW. But we're not doing that right now.
You say this, but you're going to start looking at Bacchus probably later tonight, and we'll have, I don't know, 2 regiments on their way by fucking Friday.
I have filled that card up enough times, and it hasn't happened, that I'm pretty comfortable that's not something that's immediately pressing. We don't have to show you that, but yeah. Yeah.
I think that if I truly honestly think about it and decide to actually get into ACW gaming or ACW era gaming, like with Imaginations, I would probably stay 6 millimeter. That being said, I do have this 10 millimeter stuff that I got from What's His Nuts.
I would still. Oh, I forgot about that. I have those because I built a bunch of imaginations, and that'd be cool to grab from you at some point in time if I could, just so I could keep building that shit up. But yeah,
Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to make a trek down to St. Louis to pass all that stuff off to you and to hand over my Monty Lamar to Toddy. So
I'm about to say, to be honest with you, there's always a bunch of shit we got to swap that we always forget to take to, the places we're always at. You know what I mean?
worst case scenario, remind me in October, and I'll bring it to Wiley weekend.
Yeah. I got you.
The crazy idea that we fucking drive 4.5 hours to hand shit off, and we are like 2 hours away from each other.
It happens, man. It happens. Yeah.
Mike says, "Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm a gameaholic. I am helpless in the face of my addiction." Wardrobe says, "Reese may inspire me to go 54 to 100 millimeter." And Warmutt says, "Here I am painting ACW." Okay, you assholes got time to type. You have time to hop on here and join us. That's all I'm saying. You got the link. Clicky, clicky.
Yeah, no shit. What's your guys' problem?
Wardrobe says, "Hey, I'll crush that like button like one of Chris's M60s." There you go.
There you go.
He also says 10 millimeter Pendragon is great. Got all 4 scales, biggest 6 millimeter World War II armor and 28 millimeter.
It is good.
Andrew Mike says, "I'm splicing a video together right now." Very cool.
Nice.
Wardrobe, "I'm also changing clothes. Do you want to see that?" No.
Yeah.
Once you're changed, however, if it is within the social guidelines and appropriate, jump on. I joined the last 2 times. I don't want to push it. Oh, with the wife? Okay. Some wives aren't as understanding as others. We understand. Sure. And then Guaya says, "At Charles Latora, I would recommend looking up Cezanne Island. That's where your Italians can view the Brits landing in Valona." Valona, yeah. And he's annexing another wall for game maps.
Who?
Nguyen.
Outstanding.
Todd is changing from one bathrobe to another, says Mike.
Probably.
Yeah.
We've got various degrees of bathrobes, like.
Well, he's got the dress robe.
Yeah.
And then he's got the lounge robe. He's got his sports robe.
Like his good going out to church robes, and yeah.
Yeah. So.
Standard.
And then he's got that one ratty one that's just really comfortable, but it's got holes in it everywhere, and you don't wear it outside, but you just it slides on so nice and comfortable that you don't want to get rid of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Charles says he's getting into his formal robe for dinner.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Absolutely. There's no way he can not,
So, Hissy says, "Todd, the Hugh Hefner of Wargaming."
Accurate.
And Telemachus says his wizard's robe. As long as he doesn't pull out his wizard's hat and wand, we're okay. That would be scary. So something I have been thinking about. All of y'all know that I've been working on Ocean Thunder for nigh on 3 decades.
Yeah, boy.
And I am looking at doing, I know how I'm going to do it, and I started writing it up, how to do damage control. But I looked at the damage control chart, and I think I need to. Right now, I've got 4 areas for critical hits. You've got deck, you got turrets, you got conning tower, and you got torpedo tubes. Obviously, if the ship doesn't have torpedo tubes, it ignores that. That being said, I think I'm being too. It's going to sound weird having multiple areas, but I think I'm being too focused with it. I think what I'm going to do instead, because the what happens is if you roll a 10 on the, or excuse me, you roll a 6 on the amount of damage taken when the shell actually hits, that's a critical hit. And then you, depending on where that hit was, you roll on that column for the critical hit. And honestly, I think there's not enough differentiation really to warrant the multiple areas. Because I looked at it today. Go ahead.
Isn't it already built into the rules that if you hit on one of the turrets and your armor piercing value is high enough, then you knock the turret out anyways?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I
like it. That's
what I was looking at is, okay, so if you do a critical hit on a turret, then you roll the D6 again, and it might give you additional bulkhead damage, which is more hull points, or it might be, it could even be the magazine hit, or it could be a fire, it could be whatever. And I realized that there's not really in all 4 areas, there's not enough of a differentiation to really have all 4 areas. So what I'm thinking of is just have a single critical hit list. No matter where the shell hits, if it has a high enough armor penetration to penetrate the armor at that area, and you roll a 6 to get a critical hit, you just roll another D6, and the 6 options are: you can start a fire, you can get a magazine hit, you can cause flooding, you can cause a fire control problem, you can cause a mechanical problem like a boiler hit, or you can cause additional hull points.
Outstanding.
Just to make it easier, because again, I'm wanting to. I don't want to necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily streamlining it, but because I'm not doing any fewer rolls, but I'm not having to say, okay, well, where did it hit? Well, it's right there between where it was a turret and where it's just deck armor. So which one do I use? This way, doesn't matter. Now, I know people are going to bitch. Well, I hit the bow. How am I doing boiler damage?
Well, because shells penetrate and shit is finicky.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Shit happens. Deal with it. And so, it says, well, what do all these things do? Well, obviously, a boiler hit is going to cause you to slow down. So, whereas if you're in full fighting force, you've got let's say 4 inches of movement. Well, you take a boiler hit, you're now down to 3 inches of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you haven't taken enough hull points down to do that.
Yep.
The magazine hit, that's easy. You roll a D10, and that's the percentage of total hull points in damage, additional damage you take. So let's take, for instance,
percentage of your undamaged total hull point value.
What's that?
the percentage of your undamaged total
No.
shell point value, right? Not your remaining shell points.
Right,
Okay.
of remaining amount. So if it's
Yeah.
right, let's say it is.
That's how we're playing it. So if you're playing like Bismarck with 43 and you roll a 2, you take 8.5. You take 8 off. Well, 9
Right.
off.
Right. You always roll up. You always round up.
Yeah, even if you only have 8 left. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how we were playing it when we were farting around with the critical, or we were farting around with those.
Yeah.
At Miniature Market. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what flooding does is it'll cause you to slow down. It doesn't necessarily take hull points off, but and I need to figure out exactly how I want to work flooding, because it is definitely an issue on ships because, well, they're surrounded with water. So I got to see exactly how I want to handle flooding.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, go ahead.
My suggestion would be to use flooding and fires with the same mechanics, based on the fact that with each of them, it's something that damage control immediately needs to resolve.
Right.
The more of them you have, the more damage control you're going to have to deal with. And the more of them that you have, the longer they go, the more likely your captain is to say, okay, abandon ship, get off. Whether it's on fire or flooding. I understand that once you get right down into the nitty gritty, that stuff changes and there's different ways you have to approach it. But again, from that zoomed out, because we want to play with fleets.
Right.
You have a flood or a fire. You've got, 2 damage control parties. You roll a D6 on a 6. Or, you roll 2 D6s because you got 2 damage control parties. On a 6, you put on a fire. Or on a 5, you put on a fire or a flood. Whatever it is.
Right. So what I'm thinking about is on...
Are you printing stuff?
What's that?
Are you printing stuff or did Jeffy join?
Jeffy hopped on.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy. That's me printing. Sorry, get used to it.
Hey, no, that's fine by us, man.
I'm not complaining.
I didn't put the mic on my camera way over on the other side of the room just so I hope you wouldn't hear it as bad.
No. Keep it going. I like it.
And we got Todd Lee with us.
Holy smoly.
Now we just need to get Warmut and Reese's over here.
There you go.
So, on the SIC currently, there's a good chunk of real estate taken up by the critical hit chart. Well, if I'm knocking that down to a single column, then what I'm thinking of doing is having a flood track and a fire track there. And if you get all the way to the end of that fire track without putting it out, or the flood track without, stopping the flooding, I'm not saying the ship's sinking, but
you're getting off of it.
Yeah, you're hopping off. You may be like the USS Franklin, which was it the Franklin or the Hank? It was the Franklin that got just beat to hell, and basically everybody got off because of the fires, and they towed it back and got it fixed.
Exactly, it's the Navy's problem tomorrow, not your problem right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I like that. So fire and flooding. Fire control is obvious. You take a hit in fire control, then it's a -1 to all your dice rolls, or a -1 to all your dice rolls. So boiler hit slows you down, and then of course additional hull hits are exactly that. You're taking additional damage to make you sink. So yeah, I like that. I'll get that written up. Out on Discord, I had made mention that I was working on these rules when I started looking at it hard again and decided, you know what? Let's rethink this. So thank you, and everybody, thank you for listening to McMurray and me ramble about it. So, but hey, that's how this shit's done.
I'm about to say,
Heck.
as soon as you get more, like written down, send it to Tiny and I. We'll
Yeah.
play it a few times and see what happens.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and by this weekend I'll have something updated and sent out, because I've been taking my computer to me with work, and because once I get all of the invoices done, which like today, I was completely done with all of my tasks by 8:40 this morning. I was at work at 8. I left work at 1 because Donna needed some help at home. So from basically 8:40 to 1 o'clock, I had a whole lot to do.
There's worse problems to have.
So I take my computer to work with me. So when I'm done with my daily tasks at work, I can be fruitful, if you will, productive, in my gaming world.
That's fair.
So yeah, I'll like I said, I should have something done. I'll have something sent down to you with updated sheets for y'all to play around with. So, what you working on there, Todd?
Setting up a camera for a little gameplay.
Oh, what you gonna be playing?
Back to Reluctant Enemies. I did finish play testing Finding Formations, the one scenario, and I guess we're on a little bit of a holding pattern for that. So,
Reluctant Heroes, huh?
oh, Reluctant Enemies. Sorry, Reluctant Enemies.
Reluctant Enemies.
Yeah, sorry.
World War II in the Middle East.
World War II, OCS, Operational Combat System, blah, 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 50 pages of rules, blah, blah.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Nguyen says somewhere out there is a naked gamer.
100%.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That's why my camera's not on me.
And Todd did say I've got the quote just low enough to cover the naughty bits when I play at McMurray's.
Absolutely.
His cat laughed. Me warm up thinking about painting, eh, Chris? I'm always thinking about painting. Just a matter of actually doing it. I did get a little bit more paint on these guys. I got some horses painted.
Oh, look good.
So, and I need to get some faces painted on these guys, and then I need to paint their backpacks. So, and then of course this is just one sprue. I've got 3 more sprues to go. So, Telemachus says 3 decades down, 3 to go, referring to how long it's going to take me to get Ocean Thunder out. I you know what? If it takes me another 3 decades, it'll never come out because I'll be dead.
Dead, Jim. Dead.
You know.
Mingway says that was cool. I did not hear 8 off. I heard Adolf.
Oof.
And then Hissy says, love listening to How It's Made. Actually, that's a pretty good show. I like that. On Discovery Channel, when actually, they had actual interesting real life television shows, not How I Humped Bigfoot.
Fair.
Or how aliens raped Sasquatch or whatever.
Just weird
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Or, when the History Channel actually had, history on it, not,
Aliens, or the Knights Templar were aliens.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. I will get those. I'll get those things fixed up the next couple of days and on the rules and on the SICs and send them out to folks. I know you would watch that, Hissy, because you got a thing about the Squatch. What are you playing there, Hexy? Still Gettysburg 77 or
Yep. Gettysburg 77.
Hard mode, right?
Hard mode. Headache mode.
How's it going?
After, like I was saying, getting updated and tipped on how some of the rules work, it's much more reflective of what Gettysburg was.
I must say,
the combat's much more reflective.
the better counters in map make a huge difference, man.
Yeah.
Those are outstanding.
Warmutt will not be joining us right away. He's off to dinner, probably eating chicken or tacos or chicken tacos.
Yep.
I cannot wait for Donna to get back to work. For one reason and one reason only. She starts getting paid again.
What's a good time?
Because tonight I had ramen noodles for dinner. Sucks. It's like I'm back in college.
You got this.
Last couple of nights last couple of days she's been over at the school helping the teacher for the classroom getting set up. And then they had meet the teacher night tonight.
Nice.
And so the room is all ready to go. Just got to do some more copying, and kids are back next Wednesday.
Nice. There you go. Almost there.
So all of y'all with school age kids, it's if they are not already back to school, because I know there are some places in the country that they are already back, and that's insane. But if not, they should be getting there quickly. Charles says he's got a frozen dinner and canned corn.
Good afternoon, Charles.
I just ate 2 bacon, egg, and cheese course sandwiches from the microwave. That was my dinner.
There you go. That sounds delicious.
It was quite good.
Are those the Jimmy Dean version or the?
No, the Walmart version.
Hey, the Walmart version is pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad for the croissant sandwich. I tell you what's really good for them, but I got to stop eating that stuff, is their little Great Value gravy and sausage potatoes bowl.
Oh yeah,
It's actually pretty damn good.
yeah.
Todd, did you have the Alaskan halibut or the veal today, Todd?
I had Pizza Hut pizza today.
Don't believe you.
Okay.
I do, because that shit should cost more than halibut.
I did, however, see that another Keeping the Lights On podcast came out today.
That's right. Another episode's out. Everyone subscribe. Don't care if you listen. Just subscribe, please. Thank you. Goodbye.
Subscribe, turn it on, mute your phone, and go to sleep.
Yep, exactly. Every night. Come on. I need this.
I
This is
listen to
my
most
job.
things
This is
that
how
Todd
I don't
says.
make money, but I make money. So
Keep the lights on.
Yep.
How,
Keeping the lights on.
How's Motel 6 not gotten onto you all about that?
because we're keeping the lights on,
Yeah, like the
Alright.
verb keeping active.
and they don't have a podcast, as far as I know. So
No,
Suck
probably not.
that would be a
Maybe
good
you-
podcast for them, though. They
So,
could do
so
more travel.
what was this week's podcast about?
I talked to Susan, a VP of sustainability at a large company, and how they've done it and done it well.
Well, there you go.
Good stuff. That's what I mean. If you don't care about that stuff, good. Just subscribe. I don't care. Subscribe.
I am going there now.
It's on Apple, Google, Spotify, pretty much every player out
We're
there.
gonna search Keepin, KEEPIN apostrophe.
The lights. Yeah, it's not, I don't have enough things to be in the top 100 or anything yet, but working on it.
You will.
Just keep coming. They'll be like, Todd, how'd you get so many views? I went on to Not Jay's Paint and Chat and promoted it every week.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and if you type in "keeping the lights on," at least on Apple's podcast software, it is the first thing that comes up.
Yep.
Keeping the
We're
lights
trying
on,
to-
Gray Bar.
Yep. All right.
I have clicked follow,
Nice. Thank you.
Bam.
and there you go. Yeah, sustainability that works with Susan Rocheford.
That's it.
39 minutes long. We're going to be discussing Legrand's journey to create a more sustainable business. Susan Rocheford, Vice President, Energy Efficiency, Sustainability, and Public Policy at Legrand North America and Central America, brings so much ellipses.
I don't do that one in a robe. I do that one in a polo.
Oh, there you go. So, Nguyen wants to know what it is that you're playing again. Reluctant Enemies?
Yeah, it's
Reluctant Foes?
Operation Exporter in World War II, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, basically the Free French and Commonwealth against the Vichy in 41. Yeah. When I play it, this kind of like super kind of obscure era, I do think of him and all the stuff he does for World War II. He doesn't do obscure stuff necessarily, but
And this is an OCS. Who puts it out?
MMP, Multi-Man Publishing.
Okay.
It was the operational combat system.
Yeah. So the big thing with OCS is managing your logistics and your supply. I mean, you do combat, you do overruns, that sort of thing. Like each unit is a brigade, division, that kind of thing, regiment. That kind of varies. Sometimes companies in this case, because this is an entry level game. It came out in a magazine, and it's meant to be. Actually, I'm sorry, it came in a box, but it was very much designed to be a new, because there's very few counters on here, and so the struggle is moving the supply around so that you have it in the right place, and
Right.
then doing your tax and doing all that stuff. So it's taken me a few times to get it, but I've been enjoying. What I've played the most of is Burma, and now this. And then Jeff and I did a video about France 1940, but that was one scenario. But we played the whole thing. But it was even tinier. It was like this big.
Right. Now, OCS, you said, is operational level. So it is a counter as a division or brigade.
Regiment, brigade, division. There's companies in here.
Yeah.
Again, it's a smaller battle, but yeah. And what is it, Jeff? Mainly divisions and regiments, right?
Regiments. Well, I mean, you've got battalions and regiments are the main, and then most of the big units are divisional.
Oh, that's
Okay.
yeah. So
We're talking about OCS, right?
correct.
Correct. Now, are all OCS games made by MMP, or
Yes.
is this a system that spans multiple companies?
No, it's just MMP.
Okay.
There was a company called The Gamers, but they've merged somehow. I don't know how it really works, but The Gamers used to produce them, and now they're a part of MMP essentially. The Gamers is responsible for Standard Combat Series SCS, like McMurray plays. We all play it, but McMurray plays that one. BCS, Battalion Combat Series, OCS, and then TCS. So they kind of do all this, and they've done some Civil War games, Line of Battle, and some others that Jeff has played. And then MMP, of course, does a bunch of others, including
Yeah.
the Basketball Leader and all that stuff. So.
Nguyen says, "Wow, that sounds intriguing." And you'll be doing videos for this.
Yeah, just kind of probably summaries. I think I've got some play on the channel right now. There's been a long
Okay.
gap because I got jumped into fighting formations to finish my responsibility there. But yeah, I'll have some. There'll be kind of wrap ups though. And Stephen Dolges, I think I'm saying his name right. Stephen Dolges just wrapped up a game of this, and he did his turn. He did his videos like 30 minutes long, about 5 turns of video. You know, just kind of talking through what he did after each turn.
Cool.
So, Steven's a good channel for that. He's very consistent about, like, he'll play the game all the way through. Mutt, if you're listening, and like he had he went months playing the series Nations at Arms, which is Napoleonic, like, grand strategy game. But he's pretty good. So if he starts a game, he's going to play, most of it. So unlike me.
+4.
Nguyen says, "Thanks for letting me know, as I love his channel."
Sure.
He did a great job on End of Empire.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure he did. He likes those games. He plays in a lot of he goes to a lot of, well, not a lot, but he goes to conventions and plays. He plays against another channel. Shoot. For some reason I want to say it's Matt White, but I don't know if that's right. Anyway, it's kind of cool. So you'll see the same games show up on 2 different channels from their different perspectives sometimes when they're at a convention.
By the way, if you did not know, Todd, your Keeping the Lights On podcast has 25 reviews on Apple's podcast software. And all 25 ratings are 5 stars.
5 stars.
Let me go check
That is pretty interesting, because last time I looked, there weren't that many. But yeah, definitely review it. That's huge. That's a lot.
Amazing resource for our industry, informative topics, great host, experienced guests, and fun learning experience for our industry.
Dang.
Good, fun, and engaging. Good listening, interesting subjects talked about in a different way, unique approach. The lunch talk got my interest, and the topics kept it going. Look at you, Todd.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you. We should have pointed that out to the boss.
You absolutely.
I don't even have electric lights in my house, but I listen to his podcast.
You're like, keeping the lights on, let's just light a candle.
Yeah.
Excellent targeted podcast for something. Todd does an excellent job. Great initial guests. Looking forward to seeing where this podcast goes over the long term. We're so proud of you, Toddy.
Thanks.
Yeah, guys. So definitely, you've got 15 episodes out right now. It looks like you've got it going, about every 2 to 3 weeks?
Right now I'm doing it 2 a month. Like the first or second Wednesday and 4th Wednesday. Give or take.
Well, there you go.
Dang, 25
Good on you, sir.
That's really good. Cool.
Yeah, so guys, like I said, do Toddy a favor, go over there, subscribe or follow or what have you. You don't have to listen to them. But at least download them. Once you downloaded them, you can remove them from your whatever.
Yeah, awesome.
But yeah, downloads is what count.
Yeah, yep.
And subscribe. Yeah, everything adds to the algorithm. So yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I think McMurray, you need to hop off and hop back on because you're making that weird noise again.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't know what he was doing there.
He'll be back.
Sounded like he was blowing his nose.
Or somebody's nose.
Hey now,
Hey-o.
movement breakout.
Johnny Reb is attacking.
Let's see.
Yankee
Girl
boy.
says Forgotten Legions, 2 battles of the Eastern African Campaign, 1941. Drive on Damascus and Bloody Kieran by Vance von Boris. Compass Games.
Vance von Boris, the same guy that created the East Front series. Which is my favorite, as we know.
Niguel wants to know what you were writing about.
Me?
Yeah.
I was.
Just notes
Calculating
for what's going on.
casualties. This game has a bit of math you have to do. So,
Math.
Iron Brigade just got chased off of McPherson's Ridge by Pettigrew's Brigade.
What?
I've been playing this game with this rule that when you hit disorganization level of 4, you can no longer attack, but the rule says you can no longer be named to attack. If you're already in an attack posture, you can continue as long as you want. But you're going to take heavier casualties. So I left Pettigrew there, and the Iron Brigade needed to hold for one more turn so Robinson can move in, which has worked. So it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and the Yanks still own part of it up here with Cutler and Buford's boys, but the Iron Brigade was holding McPherson's Ridge, but now they've been chased off because they lost a close combat. A shock.
Oh, look at you go.
Niguel wants to know if those sheets came with the game or if they're homemade.
They come with the game. Just dupe them.
Well, there you go.
This game has such great potential. And with the version 4 rules, and this is interesting too, because most people, when they update rules, they like to change things to make it more suitable. This guy didn't do that. All he did was clarify rules that were just kind of scribbly, and people were having a hard time comprehending them. And the guys from Italy that did it, so.
That made Gettysburg 77?
No. He is clearing up, making the rules clearer.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what?
And then the map, of course, that map you're looking at, that's by Ulan, Jerry Todd. So.
Yeah, Sword of the Counters, right?
No, those are the originals. He's got some new ones, though. His version he's got on Vassal's really nice. I spent an hour the other day with him online, going through it, picking it apart, see what I saw that might have been different.
Okay.
So thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, man. I need to shoot 2 videos tonight, but I felt like playing, so. And printing and things like that. Other endeavors. I do so many things. I don't know. Are you guys like that? Okay, so when I get home on non-golf nights mostly, I pass out on my couch after usually eating, or I pass out and then I eat. And then I get up, and I'm going to tell you, I must do 4 or 5 different things before the night's over. Whether it's the little 5 or 10 minute things, but I'll do 4 or 6 different things during the night, evening, and then boom, pass out.
I think you're uniquely qualified to be extra productive in the evening because you also get significant sleep time at work.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Where's that sword that broke? I can anyway, just find it. Bitch.
I'm just giving you trouble, Jeffy. I do the same thing, buddy.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just telling you, shut up. You're not lying. Just shut up.
I'm not denying. Just don't tell nobody. That's fair.
You don't have to go away mad. Just go away.
Shot a 100 par last night playing golf. I think I might have found what my issues have been.
Oh,
You know, my putting gets in. If my putting had been a little better last night, I'd have been 300 par.
there you go.
Jeffy, do we need to give you the Happy Gilmore treatment?
No. Just send me a hockey stick signed by Wayne Gretzky, and we're good.
You know how much postage on that will be?
So when these two games come down, and Brian can say all he wants. Gettysburg 77 is not going to get played to completion. I'm playing it to understanding. So when I get done with that, and when I get done with that Kesselschlacht over there, if I don't play Winter Gefritter, I got to put a big game on this table. I got to play something monstrous
Ardennes 2.
just to get it out of my system. Tom's
Ardennes
doing it.
2.
I need to do it.
Ardennes 2. How about
Yeah, okay,
Ardennes
so I
2?
said Brian, he's been doing such a good job on that game he's playing.
We're
And
fucking
it's
muted.
so cool to hear because you rarely hear somebody
No,
who's
he's just ignoring you.
a rookie playing a game and then shooting video and doing his best to play. And he's doing a good job. And he was I watched his video today where he was attacking with the Mexicans against the Americans. And he kept counting the numbers in one stack. And he had 3 stacks surrounding that American unit. And I thought to myself, was that a rule that you can only attack with 1 stack? So I sent him a message, and he's looking it up now. He just sent me back the rule. Yeah, he can. So he can. So he had some bad attacks in his turn 2 because he didn't realize he could do multiple hex attacks on the same hex.
Yep.
Mm.
And I mean, believe me, if I don't read that in the rule book, I'm thinking that I can't do it. And it's not like every rule book says you can't attack for multiple hexes. These photo games might not have that rule in there. But I'm so tickled with him doing this. And I tell you what, you can hear it in his voice, whether he admits it or not. He's having fun.
Oh yeah.
Except for he doesn't like the math.
Right. Well, he's playing simple stuff.
Okay, Jeffy, since it's not Ardennes 2, how about a Most Fearful Sacrifice?
I love that game.
You want to play that as your next monster? I'll play it with you.
A Most Fearful Sacrifice?
It's 2 maps, right?
Yeah, but I don't have mine's in somebody else's house.
What?
You're talking about Andrew's stepping up. Yeah, well, stepping up, but stepping down at the same time. That's pretty cool. I don't have to give. I loaned it to a guy to play, and I haven't seen him in a while, so it's not his fault. It's my fault.
We'll go beat him up and let's do it.
Are you buying it?
If that's the next game we're playing, yeah.
That's $125, Andrew.
I'm aware of that, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I'm not throwing. I want to pay you for what you got. I'm not buying nothing else.
You have it.
It's not here. It's down in Winchester, Virginia, and I don't know when I'm going to see that guy again.
Don't you live like 10 minutes from there?
Nah. Yeah, maybe 20.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But I have zero desire to go down there. So
We are playing Ardennes 2 in December, though, right?
if they get it correct,
Jesus, that's a fair.
I thought you and Toddy go ahead and buy a time for trumpets each, and we 3 of us play that.
Get out of here.
Now, I must have 25 Battle of the Bulge games in this damn room.
And here I am with none.
What do you need for Battle of Bulge games, Chris?
Holy shnikes. Okay. Yeah, I can see why McMurray, you said bark at that noise. Time for trumpets is 150 bones.
Well, not only that, but it's notoriously
incredibly
overly
hard.
complicated.
So the guy that did that game, Chris, is Bruno, and he's done pretty much all the games. This is not true, but pretty much all the games he's designed are Bulge games, like from the most basic to this thing. So he's just been building on them as he's been going. I mean, different ones based on the knowledge that he has, and that's just grown over the years. So he's a Bulge historian essentially.
Right.
And so when I heard him when he was developing this, and I thought, oh, that sounds like it'd be on, because he knows that this company, I don't know how far it goes down, Jeff, but you might remember, but he knows that this company, struggled because their leader died quickly. So then there's a rating, I don't, whatever. There's so many exceptions and specifics about things. I've watched gamers that play very complex games that nope. Lots of people, the people that play it and like it, play it with Bruno.
Dude, it
Right.
is 5
They get on the phone with him on the weekends and they play it.
5 full-size maps and 12 counter sheets of 2,300 counters.
Yeah, that's as Mike says. Time for Trumpets is not a good starter game for the Bulge. I would say not.
The Bulge game that Andrew played from Avalon Hill, that's Bruno's.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wait,
He's pulled some stunts with Avalon Hill where they told him they didn't want him to because he was going to go like the phase 5 or something like that of that Battle of the Bulge Avalon Hill game. You got all the L2 versions and stuff like that. And they told him, no, we don't want you to do that. So he changed the name. He created a different name, made another Battle of the Bulge game. That's his thing. That's what Bruno does.
because he wrote Bitter Woods too, right, Jeff? Don't you have
Bitter
that?
Woods is his, yeah.
I'm about to say, I know you have that, don't you?
I have the Compass Games version.
Okay.
Is it how is that one? How was it compared complexity wise?
Well, when I look at the box, to me what I see just looking at the box and the components is Ardennes 44. But it's not. I know it's not. But I think
It's
Charles
the same complexity level or more?
I don't know. I think Charles can answer because I think Charles made a comment to me last year sometime that I may not actually that may not be my thing.
I'm going to say Ardennes 44, though. That's Simonich, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeff didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm only keeping it because it's part of the series.
That's the one he sent me. And then as a joke. And then for a minute there, we were joking around that I was going to play it with SCS rules, just using all the counters and using only 2 of the values on them.
Yeah.
And then make videos and really just confuse the piss out of people.
Bitter Woods, Chuck. You said something to me about that game a long time ago. Yeah, so this Gettysburg 77 game, this thing has, I'm not going to lie to you, this thing could be, in its own little way, one of the elites of monster ACW games.
It's interesting to see you so recharged on this game, given how understandably, forget this, you were.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's not, I mean, it takes me longer to play a turn in GBACW, but I know that rule system. So I kind of go through it. This here is not, there's a little more, in GBACW, this regiment gets shot at, you flip a marker underneath him. In this game here, you have to calculate this whole brigade of 3 units. You have to calculate what his actual strength is if he's firing at a unit that is less than maximum strength. So this guy has 7 strength points in here, and he's shooting at a unit that only has 2. Well, his 7 has just become a 1 strength point in fire combat. So you've got to calculate all of those for that brigade when at each unit they're shooting at. Then you fire as if you're firing at the whole brigade like a volley fire. And then you got to split your losses up, which you can do pretty easy. But it's a lot of most of the time they take 1 loss, and it's not like the combat chart says, okay, you just fired 7 strength points on you have an experience level of 7 and your color is elite blue. So you rolled and you killed you got 3 casualty points. Well, casualty points are not I take 3 off the enemy. You go to a chart and you see what their disorganization level becomes off of those 3 casualty points, and you up their casualty or their disorganization level. Then you take that same number and you add that to the casualty points they've already accumulated. And for every 10 casualty points, then the brigade loses 1 strength point. So
Yeah.
and I thought at first when I was first playing it, remember I had the 7th Panzer, Heath 7th Panzer Division?
Yes, I do remember.
That's not like that this time.
Yeah, that's what you said. That makes me really happy.
So it's become a much more viable game, I think.
Yeah, well, because last time it was like my play, because that was when I played the intermediate game, wasn't that Gettysburg 77 where I overran the Union positions by, start of the day almost?
Yeah.
That was interesting to see that despite the fact that we're playing 2 completely different rule sets, it had the same effect.
Right.
I wonder if there's something to be said about and I think I even pointed that out in one of the videos. I wonder if there's something to be said for how the authors of that game viewed the 2 forces as opposed to the authors of the other games that I played.
Well, and I also wonder if maybe the basic game in that is, hey, somebody wants to learn how to play an hex and counter game. Here you go. Move, fight.
Yeah. Dude, the basic game for that game is
terrible.
Not worth the 45 minutes to an hour it's going to take you to play it.
And that's why nobody vassal packages the basic game for that.
That's understandable. Like there's not terrain effects, period. There are not on combat, not on movement, not on anything. But yeah. It was a fun game, but it was interesting. It was fun to see that result and to get that result, even if it was not the result that I anticipated.
Well, one thing I don't like about this game here, and I know we've had this discussion many times, is your artillery cannot shoot over your friendly units no matter what elevation they're on. And I find that to be hard to. I still find. I know that black powder artillery shot more on a straight line, except for howitzers. But I
kind
can't
of
see
to a
if
certain
this guy
extent
is sitting down in this low ground here, and these guys are up on a high ridge. Why they can't shoot over top? Because I know damn well they did.
Because in some cases, the commander of that infantry regiment's going to come back up there and bitch slap your artillery battery commander, and that little battery commander captain doesn't want to get bitch slapped by a full-blown colonel.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. No, I mean, no, you're exactly right. I mean, I feel like it's a whole lot more from a doctrine standpoint, it's a whole lot easier to understand that in say Napoleonic or French and Indian or Revolutionary era, right, where you had armies that had to sit their artillery out front because guys wouldn't march underneath the guns.
right.
You know what I mean? As opposed to the Civil War, where you really do have a decent amount of documented historical, basis for, okay, no, we can fire over these guys' heads. It's not going to kill them. They're going to be okay. Because, I mean, by that point in time, you have a whole lot more use of those howitzers, but also due to exploding shot, you have the opportunity to use, traditional cannons, whether they're 6-pounders, 12-pounders, if you have big enough 12-pounder, if you're big enough to get a 12-pounder on the table.
I'm noticing a lot of games too. Like if your friendlies are up adjacent to the enemy,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if they're going up a steep hill, you're not going to shoot over them at that point blank range. But when these guys are in the middle of the field, and there's some games allowed, some games say no. This game here says you can't shoot over them no matter what the circumstance. And I just find that a little. And granted, it's not a big deal, but because of the way cannon crew or the batteries take losses in this game, you don't lose cannons, you lose ammunition. And that's what shuts you down. That's how they counterbalance a battery going out of commission or whatever, because they can't reload until night. So, I mean, so it's okay, but it just seems to me that I'm not getting as much use out of the guns. And in this game here, they're not very potent anyhow.
Man, I think I thought I had pins to get these planes onto bases, and I don't think I do.
Boo.
Yeah, man, I was about to start working on that because, well, I want to do that. Dang, man. Shit. All right.
I tell you what, boys, 6mm prints, they rock quick. Not
Yeah.
fast, but quick.
Yeah, man.
And they'll have to paint a bunch. I'm not gonna print anymore. I'm gonna paint these to see just if I can do this. I'll be pretty simple. So
How about I say you'll be able to do it, no problem. Todd paints 6mm. That came out.
yeah, I know. I was about to say that was kind of brutal. Sorry,
That
Todd.
came out
I
sounding
just-
far worse than I meant it to be. I'm sorry, Toddy.
Whatever, man.
I didn't mean that like you're a simpleton. I meant that as in you don't necessarily like painting.
Stop talking. Stop talking, Andrew. Stop talking.
Well, all right, that's fair. Hey, Jeff, guess what, buddy? You're going to really enjoy painting 6mm.
Nguyen says, just look at wardrobe. What a beautiful sight.
He's a beautiful man, isn't he?
Yep. And he says, at Charles, I had no idea that game looked so nice. I have the game, popped out the map, but no justice until I got to see it on your table with counters.
Red Typhoon is a good-looking game.
Yeah. And then Reese says, hey, y'all. Hey, Reese, I did send you the link. If you're available, come join us.
Yeah, quit being a bum. Oh, that's the wrong side.
You're going to show us these planes?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, if you drop yourself out, you can always come back.
No, I'm just switching to.
There we go. I made y'all large.
Oh, baby. Large and in charge. Oh, did you guys see these things get finished on Saturday?
There you go.
My solution to the Confederate manpower problem by the end of the war?
Yeah.
Robert E. Lee managed to raise more troops. And
Nice.
then here is the Confederate necromancer himself.
Nice.
I need to add his little flag there. But yeah. So I did 5 bases of those troops. Let me get some of these paints out of the way here. Yeah, so those need to go into I need to base those and get them in with my Fire and Fury stuff. I also painted up some werewolves to go with them.
Reese is not going to be joining us tonight, unfortunately. He's tired and had a long meeting. That's okay, buddy. Just relax. Enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy the dulcet tones. We'll get Todd to start talking in a second here.
Yeah. Or, if you just want to lull yourself to sleep, go download his podcast from Graybar.
Oh, jeez. All right. So I think we looked at these figures, which are
Yes, we did. Crumbling dice.
Yeah. So we got, the big bombers that we got for B-17 leader. These are the Allied planes. So we're going to keep those out, and we're going to keep these out because we're going to need. So first off, let me pull a Spitfire out of here. Which one of you are a Spitfire?
Now,
This
Charles
guy.
says he's not a big fan of the CRT. No odds below 1-1.
Really?
Yeah.
In Advanced Gettysburg or what?
No, I think on Red November or whatever the hell it's called.
Red Typhoon.
Yeah, them too. And then Nguyen says,
Charles,
Yeah,
you know
Fire
darn well you
54.
shouldn't be attacking like that.
hi, Reese, if you can ever recommend manufacturers for your scale or bigger for World War I planes, please let me know. I know you are tired right now, so no rush. Thanks.
For World War I planes in 154, or are you talking, because he games air at
1-600.
1-600 as well, and Peak Homer does have those, Nguyen, if you're in the U.S. And if you're in the Midwest, Jesus Christ, they get to you fast.
Yeah. They almost get to you as fast as GZG gets to you.
These mine always beat GZG, but they don't have to cross over the Atlantic Ocean. So
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Yeah, I don't know what Tuffley does. He's got like a wormhole or something, because you'll order something on Monday and I swear to God it's there by the following Monday.
yeah, it's pretty intense, man.
And it comes from UK.
Let me get the flash off of these.
Nguyen says he's a Canuck, so he is in the hat of America.
That's fine. Pico is in northern Illinois, so it's a Great Lake away.
Yeah. And
So
Reese
they're obviously
buys cheap new Ray plastic kits they screw together.
they're obviously different model Spitfires, but you can see that the scale wise they are identical.
Yeah. Now, is the one lower? Is that the Pico?
Pico armor, tumbling dice.
Yep.
Hang on. So again, they're different model Spitfires. This is a really early model over here. But
Yeah.
you get the point. They are.
He did get outbid on that 54 millimeter MASH kit.
Balls!
Yeah, that sucks.
That does suck. I've been sitting here. I'm on season 3 of MASH. I've been watching MASH on Hulu ever since. Dang, man. Well, time to find 3D prints of it, Reese, and I will print those suckers off. Where the hell did I just put all those? There's those two. Oh. So with the Spitfire, they are dead ringers, just different models. The Pico armors are a little cleaner in terms of they don't have the exaggerated panel lines, which aren't a bad thing. It's just a different style of sculpting.
Andrew, can you guess who this is?
No, because I can't see you.
Hold on.
Sitting by himself on Cemetery Hill.
Danny Boy?
No,
Ollie Howard.
you got it.
Yep. I should have known it wasn't Danny Boy. That doesn't make any sense. Ollie
Yeah,
Howard makes a whole lot more sense.
it's only lunchtime on the first day, so
Yeah, and Ollie Howard. Bringing up his Dutchman.
with his empty one-arm sleeve blowing in the wind.
Hey, man. It takes some serious balls to lose a whole ass arm and still come back. Or to command the 11th Corps. All
You
right.
get your ass handed to you twice.
What?
You get your ass handed to you twice in consecutive battles.
Hey, man. That's what happens.
All right, that's the end of that. No fire.
All right. Now, let me get one of these. So I did order Stuka Gs because ground attack aircraft are cool as fuck.
Right. Now, the Stuka Gs, if I remember, those are the ones with the 37 millimeter cannons under each wing, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's tits.
Yeah, because ground attack aircraft are badass. Mainly also because then I have them in the event that I ever do want to play some sort of, ground attack. Just because those mixed with 3 millimeter armor would be an interesting go at it. But there's one of the Pico guys, Stuka G. And then let me find the Stuka out of here. I think we read there was a Stuka in here, didn't we?
I thought so.
There may not have been.
Maybe not.
Oh, there isn't, because we got 3 109s, 2 190s, the 262, and then these
Right.
two engine guys that we were having trouble with. I'm sorry. So there isn't actually a Stuka in here, but yeah.
Reese, I thought you were tired. You're going to rest.
You know, you can't see my face. I'm in the recliner. It's fine.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
That is dedication. Thank you, sir.
Reese, buddy,
Oh.
I got this here.
I heard
This year-
Stuka G. I had to get on.
I got this here aircraft, dog.
Do I have any bad feedback or anything like that?
No,
No,
you're
you're
good.
Cool. I'm on my phone, so.
Now
Now to check this print. This print's done. So
The question is, do I put one of these magnets? Just super glue a magnet on the bottom of each of these?
Yes.
And
That's what
how
I do.
well will that magnet sit on the top of a nail? Like if I were to take a nail and cut it flat?
It'll sit just fine.
Yeah.
You need to go to historicalboardgaming.com. They're a custom Axis and Allies dealer. And they have really nice flight stands.
Oh, I was just going to put them onto these 32 millimeter hexes that I have because I have a shitload of them, and my white or my blue hex mat is. So if I put the magnets on there and I order magnetized flight bases, then I'm going to have to worry about polarity.
Gotcha.
Or are the
yeah.
flight stands, they just have
the
steel?
flight bases are just metal. Like they're just stainless steel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stand by.
So you don't have to worry about polarity, but they do tend to wobble a little bit, so facing is hard. And they have a round base. So, and they're a little expensive, but
well, if they wobble and they have a round base, I can just put them on here. Because what I was going to do was get big, completely flat-headed upholstery tacks or upholstery nails. The shank's only like 1/8 of an inch around, so that was what was going to be a little bit sketchy. Was that where I cut the end off the shank, where I cut the point off of it, it was going to be slightly smaller diameter than the magnets. But once super glued to this, those stands should be indestructible. Although the other thing that I was thinking about doing was just like I did with these airships, that's a needle right there that then I just drilled into a corresponding hole. I wasn't going to do this whole thing where I've got the washer and then a plastic base, because these things aren't going to be big enough, even if they sit, or heavy enough, even if they sit that 1.5 inches off. They're not going to be heavy enough, even one of the bombers, to worry about knocking one of these things over, as opposed to some of these airships are a little hefty. But now the issue is Joann's is closed, Michael's is closed, Hobby Lobby is closed, so I don't even have anywhere I can go and grab one of those right now, unless I were to start just improvising with like these spears, which I don't really feel like doing because they're kind of shitty and they bend.
Well, that's no bueno.
Well, I guess I do have a ton of those Old Glory spears, but I think they're a little longer than most of the. It's hard to find a pin that's 2.5, 3 inches long.
Right.
What do you think, Reese, buddy?
He's here. He's just.
Perfect prints, all of them.
Outstanding. Good for
Show
you, sir.
us.
I can't. I got to get them in the curing thing.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he dropped back off. Nagoya says, I'd like to get a large scale de Havilland DH2, I think it's called, a large scale version, so I can do the pilot and rear gunner. If you know of one, I'd love to know. Thanks.
Well, I can't get these cleaned off. I can at least do that.
Let's see. DH2.
Is that the Mosquito?
No. De Havilland. Now there's the DHC2 Beaver, but that's not it.
I'm about to say, I don't know the Mosquito is necessarily a rear gunner type aircraft.
No, I think you're talking World War One.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he says Wi-Fi went out. Good night, buddy. Take care.
Good night, Reese, buddy.
Let's see.
I tell you what, this is good white metal. It's not. I don't know if you guys can hear that clip, clip, clip sound. It's not just lead. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, the
Pico armor,
the Pico armor stuff is definitely sturdy.
which is
You're-
good 'cause it needs to be 'cause it's teeny
Yeah.
tiny.
So you're looking for the
Olivia de Havilland.
Yeah.
Sorry, again, I've been watching too much MASH. Speaking of MASH, I saw Jeff on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Little Sergeant Jeffy when he was in Korea.
Nice.
I've been to Korea.
I know. We're not talking
saw
about
ya.
those trips, though. We're not talking about your post-war boys trips. What's that? Oh, Todd, isn't that It's Always Sunny where they joke about Frank being in Vietnam? And they're like, yeah, you went in 1997 for a business trip.
To McDonald's.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Spitfires are cleaned off. So there's 8 Spitfires there. There's 1 Spitfire in the other thing. I think I have another 6 coming from, or 5 coming from, whatchamacallit, of a different variant. Honestly, the really entertaining thing is at this price, it's not a huge deal if I want to paint all these like they're over Malta. And then pay
Yeah.
another $5 and paint them like they're flying over Britain during, the Battle of Britain and
Right.
whatnot. So that's kind of nice. It's not a huge deal. That's again where the module game time. I'm not short on the hex bases because again, with that hex size, if I wanted to play any of the Age of Sail games that would need this or anything else, that's the size of my hex mat. So it was kind of one of those, well, all right, I'm never gonna, I'm always gonna need hexes of this size if I want to play anything on that hex mat. So there we are, including these here gladiators. Gladiator. Real happy about it.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Yep.
Who made the Gladiator again?
What? Ridley Scott?
No, the aircraft.
Oh, go Jesus. Bruce? No. I just saw that. What?
Ridley Scott.
Thanks.
We already covered that.
Gladiator. Ridley Scott. Shut up. I love it.
It is. Same.
Brian's favorite movie ever.
It is. Oh my god. It is. Brian
good
gets real
movie.
weird about the. Have you never heard him do the? My name is dismissed. Have you never heard him do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it's fantastic. That's part of the reason why I'm painting these guys up is so that I can have a Gladiator game good and polished for next March to Victory, so Brian can play in it. So Brian can be the Gladiator. He's going to wear the helmet and, the loincloth and everything.
The Gloucester, is it the Gloucester Gladiator, the biplane?
Yes. I was about to say, I know it started with a G. I just couldn't fucking place the G, and I knew it wasn't Grumman.
Right.
Hungry. Stuffies on it. Stuffies.
Oh, excuse me, guys.
Careful, Jeffy.
Alien is the ultimate film.
Alien
Although
is?
Alien is good. I prefer Aliens.
I preferred Predator.
Predator is pretty good. The thing I like about Predator is, Arnold is pure Arnold in that movie.
Accurate. Like at his cleanest, purest state.
Yeah.
Arnold, or that movie's great. It's got him, Jesse Ventura, both of them, and Carl Weathers at like the prime of their juicing.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And you know what's bad when they make, again, Jesse Ventura look kind of small.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the
Yes.
Carl Weathers is not a small dude.
No, he's not. He's a freaking giant. But yeah,
He played Canadian League football. Were you aware of that?
no, that doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, I think he played for one of the Tiger teams. 'Cause isn't there like 2 Tigers, CFL Tigers?
Bro, I don't know anything about. How the hell would I know anything about the Canadian Football League, Chris? Not only is it's Canadian. But yeah, Toddy, I think you're gonna like playing airplanes, buddy. You got some pretzels there, Jeffy?
No, a couple potato chips.
Barbecue?
Uh-huh.
Solid.
Well, there are 2 names that came out of the Canadian Football League that I know, and that's Flutie and Warren Moon.
Kurt Warner. Didn't he play in the CFL? No, he was Arena League. Never mind.
I'm about to say he played arena football, I know. That shit's wild to watch, man.
Arena football? Yeah, it is.
The like a good quarterback can pass into the end zone.
Yeah, from anywhere on the field.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. I watched a
Um,
game of that when I was up in the Quad Cities, and it was interesting to watch. Like, it's shorter. They don't stop the clock for like anything almost. It's something to see, man. I need to go to a
So he-
Battlehawks game here in St. Louis, but I haven't.
So hold on. It's a good thing. Carl Weathers played for the Oakland Raiders in 1970 and 71, and then British Columbia Lions in 71 through 73.
Nice. I knew I liked Carl Weathers.
XFL.com. I wonder, they probably don't have the new season out yet. Because if San Antonio is coming to St. Louis to play, that'll be a game to that would be a game for me to come attend.
Did you get real mad last time they played because the Battlehawks beat San Antonio?
Oh, everybody was beating San Antonio, dude.
All I can say is this: hockey starts in 10 months.
Dude, hockey just ended like 3 weeks ago.
I know. That's what I love about it.
Speaking of Canadian football, here we go, hockey.
Right. It almost lasts longer than baseball, and baseball is fucking interminable.
Baseball, I can't stand to watch. So.
I like going to baseball games. I don't like watching baseball on television. It's like watching golf on television. I can't stand watching golf on television. What are you pointing at?
Vance Von Boris. Vance Von Boris. Vance Von Boris. Vance Von Boris.
What?
Look about the designer, Vance Von Boris, over here.
Okay.
Have you lost your damn mind?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Y'all were reading. Chris was reading the name of somebody who designed the game. Vance Von Boris. I said he's the one that did all the East Front Series games. There they are. That's all the East Front Series games over there.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing now. I thought you were just pointing like at a television, and I thought you were having a stroke.
I wouldn't put that out of the picture or out of the question.
Are you smelling toast?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so 50 divided by 3. Let me make sure I have 50 here.
50 divided by 3 is 16.67. And Nguyen says winning the Stanley Cup is the hardest potentially trophy to win.
Yeah, I won't argue with that.
Maybe, I guess.
Why are there only 42 guys in this supposedly 50 strong infantry pack? Okay, anyways.
Because you got cheated by 8 dudes.
Todd, I really like my Balkan Kreuzes you sent me. I'm using them.
All right.
Yeah, he's retiling his bathroom.
So 42 divided by 3 is 14, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll have 3 small infantry regiments for these Brits. These are my British intervention force for the ACW that I'm going to base up like Fire and Fury, or base up for Fire and Fury, because then I've got their transport as well, so that'll be cool. You ready, Jeffy? We're gonna start painting, buddy.
You paint, I'll watch.
Get your stuff out, bud.
Not a chance, dude.
It's $5 to watch.
11 o'clock
$5 to watch.
on your OnlyFans.
Members only. Correct.
Oh, it's been a productive evening for me.
That's good.
It is always a good time. All right, let's get these fools going. Todd, are you excited, buddy?
Yeah.
Todd is excited. You just can't see it.
So you're painting up these dudes for what now?
These are in a nod to young Mr. Harrington. These are British intervention forces in the American Civil War.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Jeffy's guys are getting the aid from the entirety of the Axis of Evil, both the undead and the British.
There you go.
No. The figures are from the Indian Mutiny. They're from an Indian Mutiny line, but given that the Indian Mutiny happened from like 1857 to maybe 1858 or 9, I figure that's probably close enough to not have a cow over.
Happens every time I call Microsoft.
What, you have a cow or the Indian Mutiny?
Indian Mutiny.
There you go.
Speaking of which, just those of y'all that may, but I know you guys would, but if you own Windows 10, Windows 11 is free.
I have, I think, 14 or 15 windows in my house.
Well, you can get Windows 30 for free then.
Hell yeah. Like I said, joke's on you, though. I already have Windows 98. I'm 87 windows ahead of you, dude. I don't know what you're worrying about.
I remember when I thought Windows ME was the greatest thing.
Windows
Oh, my
Mistake
Lord.
Edition?
What?
We had Millennium Edition.
Jesus.
And then XP came along a little while later, and after they got it, after 47 service packs, it was the best thing out there. And then Windows 8 was or Windows 7 turned out to be really decent, I thought. And then Windows 7 was the big thing when I started my GIS World stuff. And then Windows 8 came out and was like, oh, this is different. This could be good. And they scrapped it and said, nope, we'll go straight to Windows 10. And Windows 10 was a good operating system. Still is a good operating system.
There will be no Windows 9, is what I'm hearing.
They just jumped over.
Yeah. Just like there's no iPhone 9.
Conspiracy?
No.
Are the Windows and the Apples in cahoots against the number 9?
No.
More on that later.
No, Steve Jobs just decided, hey, we're going to go with a no button design the same year that we came out with the OS or with the iPhone 8, and we're going to call it the iPhone 10 because it's the 10th year anniversary of the iPhone.
Cobalt piece.
I think it's really that the Apples and the Microsofts had a conspiracy going, but okay.
Niguea says DOS 5.0.
I trust basically anything Chris says on account of the fact that he's Canadian and they're very trusting.
Right.
Or trustworthy.
And if he is wrong, he'll say sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know. But all right, so we're painting pants now. We're starting with the stuff I don't like. So we're painting pants. Not
Pants
only
and
that,
boots.
yeah, I'm hitting the boots at the same time. Boots are going to be black.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
The other nice thing is I'm going to use contrast paints for their tunics. So if I
Yeah.
get a little bit of red onto the black, it's going to be ridiculously hard to see.
There you go.
So I'm not super duper worried about it, you know? I did kind of position these gunners or these drummers like a dickhead because it's a pain in the butt to get to that other pants leg, but that's okay. I was happy that when I got these guys, the command was included. A lot of these packs you have, because people, you know, for the longest time built, you know, armies / collections that numbered easily in the hundreds and hundreds of figures, if not thousands. You know, most of the time when you get these, they're sold as, you know, Union infantry in frock coat and shell jacket and kepi marching, right? You don't necessarily have command in them.
Right.
Some of these smaller packs do come with command, which I really like. That makes me very, very happy, and it takes a lot of stress out of it because you're not having to worry about, well, do I really need, you know, 50 command figures, or do I need, you know, 4 command figures? Great. Again, the nice thing is with Old Glory, you're getting 50 command figures for the price of 4 command figures anywhere else, but that's not the point.
Todd, I can't remember. Is that 1 map or 2 maps? Mr. Robe of Ward.
What?
Is that
He's currently reading rules.
Is that 1 map or 2 maps?
Hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is that 1 map or 2 maps? I can't remember.
1.
Todd's in the middle of playing a monster game that's 3 maps, though.
That's correct.
Don't forget, we're going to play that Thursday.
Yeah.
What? Are we not playing tomorrow still?
I don't know. It comes on my calendar.
I don't know. Because I just made it up.
Yeah.
At least I'm honest. No, Todd, keep reading, buddy. You're fine. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Well, we've talked just about everything today.
Accurate.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Let Jeffy head off to bed.
No, Jeffy's got plenty of time left in him.
I'll go for at least another hour.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. News flash. Somebody just woke up from the lazy boy.
Go to bed.
Oh, snap.
How you doing there, buddy? We were talking about you earlier.
Well, I'm bet. So
No, we were saying you were doing a great job with doing your
Del Rey.
videos on your board gaming.
oh yeah. Oh, what am I doing, man? I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, at least you're doing it.
It says game you're playing, Vanessa Del Rio.
Melina Del Rey.
I was waiting to see if there was going to be
I think I've seen her members only.
any comments coming from that.
Anyway,
Because if you knew, I was going to.
thanks. Anyways,
How's it going, buddy? What are you painting on?
well, I was trying a little ACW and I screwed it all up. So
Hey, look at me, buddy. I'm painting ACW also. Kinda.
kind of. Yeah.
What'd you screw up, buddy?
On the colors, I was just kind of being sloppy.
How'd you screw it up? It's hard to do.
It's easy to screw up on Confederates, you know.
Wait, what? What'd you do? Paint them purple?
Nice.
Monster brown for butternut.
Yeah, I put a wrong gray on it. So
What? Oh my God, Jeff, will you smack him?
Uniform gray for gray, monster brown for butternut, and
I need the Army painter colors for it. I don't. What colors?
he's
are
our army painter, and electric blue for.
Brian, you do not need what color gray did you put on there?
It was a uniform gray.
Yeah, that's the right one.
That's a fine color, not to mention the fact that Confederate production standards for cloth were basically, oh, cool, it kind of holds together. It didn't even have to have a damn hem on it by the end of the war, Brian. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I put I can't remember. It's kind of like a blue grayish color for the trousers.
Yeah, they have sometimes they had the kind of an electric. I use electric blue for like random blue pants.
Yeah.
In the
I got this to work off of, but dang it.
Okay.
So it's a big old chart here of all that stuff. So
Speaking of that, some of those 6 mils I printed were swabs, all swabs actually.
Oh man, that's awesome. I do not have any Zouaves.
but I tell you what, I'm about ready to just go desert sand color for top and bottom, and then leather strappings or black strappings and black shoes, and be done with it on all of them.
Yeah, dude. Welcome to again. What movie is that? Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where they're singing about praise General Lee and stuff, and then the guy dusts off his uniform and it's blue underneath.
Yeah, when they're traveling through that desert. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my point. That was going to be my next suggestion, which is paint them all tan, like dust colored.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Mike. And shout out to your daughter there, Manguaya. I she admires
What?
the organized room. I guess it's organized.
For now.
Brian's hobby room is consistently one of the cleanest I've ever seen, other than Todd's.
Oh, it's not that clean.
Todd's is
Dude.
consistently impeccable. But
There is a reason why nobody sees beyond this.
That's what I say too about my room, Brian. Like, it's kind of sloppy.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
nobody even comes into my house, much less my hobby room.
Which is your, living
House.
room.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Anyways, I'm going to use Wednesdays as my Hex Encounter days.
There you go.
Aw,
Turn 3 is already done and uploaded for next Wednesday already.
look at you.
So,
Dude, this guy.
Yeah, this guy.
I need to shoot 2 videos and I'll have it in here tonight.
Here, you just pan to the table and I'll explain what's going on, Jeff.
East 7 Panzer Division got stopped at the Mears River crossings, at the Willoughby Run River Creek crossing.
Yeah.
but I'm going to put up Saratoga again to shut someone up and finish
Who?
it. Yeah,
So,
okay.
Who do you need to shut up about
The
Saratoga?
last turn that he didn't play.
Are you going to finish it this time?
Yeah, I'm going to finish it.
Outstanding.
So in reality, he hasn't finished one yet.
Correct.
Well, Wednesday you'll see I finished one.
Oh, are you already done with? You finished
Yeah,
Molina?
I sent a picture through Messenger of my table is totally clear now. I finished Molino.
I got you. I thought that was set up on your desk.
Oh,
Okay. I can't wait to see how it went, man.
that's the dungeon. What the heck, Mike? What the heck you got going on over there?
What are you gonna put next down for miniatures, Brad guy?
Gibraltar.
What? What year, Brian?
So, anyways, no, that's gonna be my next Hex Encounter game.
Gibraltar?
Yeah,
So you're going to play Shiloh.
and then Anzio, and then after that, we'll see. We'll go back to ACW.
So wait, do you have like an air war over Gibraltar thing or what?
And
The guns of Bologna.
no, it's
Can you
just
just answer my damn question, Brian? Jeez,
what?
What is your Gibraltar game?
It's an old one. that I got from Noble Knight. Devin played it 3 years ago.
It's called Gibraltar.
Yeah,
Just show us the damn game.
it's by SPI.
Show us the damn game.
He's
I
lying.
don't have it. I ordered it. It's coming in from Noble Knight.
I agree with Todd.
It's from Strategy Statistics or whatever it is. A magazine
Strategy
thing.
and tactics.
Yeah,
Look at the lack of trust we have in this group.
and it's got and mainly the reason I got it is because it has the battle with Scipio and Hannibal.
I didn't hear him say that it was on the way. I thought he had it.
That's not Gibraltar. Scipio and Hannibal.
No, he said he also has.
Yeah, it's a 2-gamer one. On the other side of the map is the battle. Oh crap! Oh, I forgot that. Oh shoot!
Zema.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna do stuff that you guys don't even try to do.
Oh, golly.
Bitch, do I need to go get Legion and play Zama before you can?
Yeah, do it.
I'll go downstairs and get Commands and Colors Epic. Play
Ancients?
Zamas with that.
There you go.
I'll go over here to my bookshelf and get nothing and not play Zama. How's that?
Yeah, he'll play the Battle of Carthage, but the one in Missouri.
Missouri.
I was about to say
No,
Missouri.
I'm putting Saratoga up again. Get that over with.
Yeah, there's a G in that, like in Gibraltar.
I got that coming.
Wouldn't that be Saratoga?
Operation
then?
Felix? There you go. Thank you, Meandering.
Mike, you don't have to try and reinforce his behavior. It's not appropriate.
See, and Charles said that issue has 2 games. Ammo.
That looks like one game.
Well, you're going to enjoy it, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you play it.
Got some Romies in there, man.
Before long, he'll have eBay upselling all his damn models and minis and everything. But
Now,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll erase Mini Warmut and from
Mini-
YouTube and
Mini Hexnet.
Yeah, mini
Yeah.
cardboard.
who are you guys talking about?
he'll be
The used market for Zombicide is going to be absolutely flooded.
he'll be countering Mutt.
I got Zombicide on the way here. So,
No, see, Zombicide's still a board game, so he can be able to continue to use that.
Yeah, but he's only going to play it with counters.
they have I can't remember who made it. You got Zeds. That's Lutman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's actually a game of oh crap, Night of the Living Dead. It's the actual game of that, the house and all that, and it's a hex encounter. Player's Aid was playing it one time.
Jeffrey and I were just discussing what game from Mr. Lutman we were going to play next.
Well, Mike, one of the big complaints from Devin was it's miscut. The counters are kind of mistyped or not centered well or whatever on that game.
On Operation Felix?
Yeah. And it's got a dark navy blue background with black printing, so it is kind of hard to see.
Okay, so that was the question. Mike, is that an air war game or what?
Operation Felix.
Yeah, because like the Germans didn't ever attempt to invade Gibraltar, or I don't even think that was ever really on the plans. Maybe bombarding and hitting it with air raids, but
Because
no matter what-
bought the game.
what's up?
If bought the game, everyone's poo-pooing it, so I'll just return.
Game on the invasion of Gibraltar by the Germans in 1940-41. This game was published in Strategy and Tactics Magazine 153, along with Zama. Operation Felix is a what-if game on the invasion of Gibraltar by the Germans.
Nice. That sounds badass, Brian.
Shortly after the fall of France, historically it was the Operation Hitler elected against putting political calculations ahead of military realities in his attempt to dominate Europe. This recasting of history assumes that Hitler made the defeat of Britain his top priority in 4041 instead of angling for negotiations with His Majesty's government after Dunkirk. Scenarios cover a July 40 attack, the more probable December 40 invasion, and a Spanish assault with a little help from German allies. Optional rules for SS reinforcements and greater German amphibious capacity.
That sounds pretty badass, Brian. Who suggested that to you, buddy? Or did you just?
I was on Noble Knights and I started looking around for hex and counter games.
Nice. That sounds like really good prep, dude.
Hex scale is 250 meters per hex side. Time is 1 day per game turn. Strength, platoon, company, battalion-sized units.
Yeah, offset. That's the word. Charlie, right? Offset.
Yeah. For the counters,
Yeah.
as long as they're still playable, it happens, man. A lot of the old games are like
I'll just, I'll put it on the table and then I'll leave it there and do something and then I'll shut it down. Like, you guys know all that stuff. So,
Brian, when's the last time you saw me not finish a hex and counter game?
the big one in your garage.
It's still being played actively by Todd and I. I played a turn of it like a week ago.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez.
If it's not on video,
It's on video.
Yeah, it's on video. There's video. Todd's posted videos.
oh, well, then I'm not.
He doesn't.
Oh, snap.
What?
Got a full house or what?
No, I'm just,
Oh,
Mr. If it's not on video, and it is on video.
Not on video.
Just because you're too cool to watch Todd's videos.
I always
exactly.
watch your guys' videos. I hit the likes.
I always do the same for you. Usually I try and
Sometimes I
comment. I was about to say, I usually try and comment on yours too, buddy.
Yeah. So,
You
I
had,
had to comment directly to Brian through text instead of on his video.
yeah, if you look on Messenger, there's about 7 of them that are straight to you, and you haven't responded to them. So.
I did. I read them.
I
So
couldn't.
now you're going to have to replay that game.
No, I'm not going to replay that game.
I
I'll
couldn't.
replay Molina later on. I want to move on. But it is finished. I'd give you the spoilers, but no.
That's only for his Patreons, everyone. If you want the early results, join Patreon. Mini warm up.
Patreon, huh?
Members
You know
only.
that, I finished
Yeah.
more games than everybody else got on.
although, as of right now, again, we don't have video, so you're currently batting 0.
Yeah,
Like, you do
Yeah.
not have a batting average for completing games.
that is true.
Like, because, I mean, obviously Saratoga.
Yeah, but you know what?
Valiant effort, my friend. Valiant effort.
Minor league batting averages don't count.
That's okay.
See,
Jeff is
Andrew,
also batting like
we pulled Andrew up to the big leagues.
Jeff is batting like 3 out of 1,000. So that's okay, Brian. Don't worry about it.
No, I ain't.
I really enjoy bringing games to their end, whether it's the full turn length or not.
Yeah, but you're like on meth and you can play without stopping. I can't do that.
Not with that attitude.
I can do this for you. Ain't nothing to do with attitude no more. Wait till I retire, then we'll talk about it.
I'm not retired.
I am. I want to.
I put like 50-something hours a weekend most weeks. Come on now.
I wonder if you even sleep at all.
Not a lot. It's that meth thing you were talking
You
about.
answers a lot of questions for me.
Huh?
Those are pretty cool.
What are they that? I heard they arrested that freaking content creator, that streamer out in New York for that riot he created.
Oh, really? For
Yeah.
what?
For calling all those people that come down to Central Park, whatever it was, they're giving away PS5 and computers and gift cards. Thousands of people down there.
And then what? They didn't win any and got
Riot
angry?
broke out and cops had to come in and try to clear out all these people.
Oh, yeah. I saw a video of that where a bunch of NYPD white shirts, like,
Yeah.
crunched it, dude.
Getting hit in the head with bottles and shit.
Yeah. Sounds about right. I didn't see anybody shooting any fireworks at him, though, so they got that going for them. That fucking sucks.
All
That's-
over fucking gift cards and PS5s. And they arrested the streamer because for a felony for inciting a riot and creating a riot. And they said this probably wouldn't have been an issue if he would have notified the police he was going to do that ahead of time.
Yeah, well, who knows, man.
Oh, and then my second game I got is the one I kind of told you guys already. I got the Battle of Valverde.
Oh, nice.
So,
I watched a couple YouTube videos on that. None of them are as good. That little girl who did that video about Picacho Peak or Picacho Pass, that's one of the best YouTube videos I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, it's outstanding, especially when you consider it's like a middle school aged girl for a project. She did a stellar job.
I think the Great Battles of the American Civil War has the two Gringos modules. I think that has Valverde in it.
dude, that was hilarious about the Battle of Valverde or whatever when that guy decided to send 2 mules in with gunpowder and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And those
It sounds
mules
like-
returned back to the camp and blew up their rations.
Yeah. I want to say it sounds like when the Soviets tried to train dogs to run under tanks
Yeah.
with mine strapped to them, but they had trained them on T-34s, so they let them loose and they ran under the T-34s. Oops.
I feel sorry for the mules and the dogs.
Accurate.
Well, they didn't feel it.
Well, that's also true, but yeah.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Anyway.
But
that little video I sent in the messenger is only a 4-minute video, and that was pretty dang interesting. So, and that led up to Glorieta.
the Gettysburg of the West.
Yep.
So here's
of the Far West.
the real question, Jeffy. Or I'm sorry, Brian. Are turns 2 and 3 one video or 2 videos?
Our turns 1, 2. What?
Brian is the master of stretching. So he made it into 2 videos.
Gotcha.
You already played turn 2. You released
Yeah,
that.
turn 2 was today.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
Turn
That's
3
right.
is going to be next Wednesday.
There you go.
Well, I couldn't, because I'm sitting there learning. And
It took you 3 weeks to play a 3-turn game? You know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to say it.
Now I want to get Molino Del Rey and see how fast I can play it. Like
You'll play it in 10 minutes, Andy.
I was about to say, if I can get it under an hour.
it's a 3-turn game.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was perfect for me to learn.
It is. You're doing fine, dude.
It is. You're doing a fantastic job. Relax. Keep going, buddy. Hammer down, bud.
Next year, we'll play some monster games.
No. Nope. I'll be the king of the 11x17 map.
He's saying that now, but as he keeps playing through these things, he's bought how many now? 15?
I didn't buy 15 of them. I got, hold on a minute, God.
He's got 20 or 25 by now.
I was
No.
about to say he's got probably 8 or 9.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 10.
10, okay. 10 games already. He's played 1.5 games. And he's buying more. He's got some more coming. So how many you got coming? 2?
3.
So you're up to 12. Hey, that makes
You
sense.
almost have more games than I do, buddy.
Get you a bigger filing cabinet, buddy.
I'm going to say, Chris, the difference is you buy monster games and Brian is getting manageable ones.
Maybe you ought to try that, Chris.
I should, but
Buy you a folio game. Play that. And
Yeah,
then
man.
right away whether or not you're into this or not.
I'm about to say, when you next time you got $10 burning a hole in your pocket, hop on. You can get them on Amazon, or you can get them straight from Decision.
Yeah, well, yeah. They
Hell,
should.
Decision has doubled my order the last 2 times I sent them one. So
Yeah, I can give them, loan them, whatever you want. Some of these.
But Battle of Valverde. The author is Richard Berg.
Yep. Mr.
oh
Bird.
baby,
Is that a good game developer?
He's my Great Battles of American Civil War.
I'm about to say Jeffy loves Richard Berg.
Created that.
The only thing that's kind of scaring me, the rule part is 21 pages.
For Valverde?
Yeah.
What's the system name on it?
It's SPI.
Great.
SPI.
Oh no, I know that.
What is it? A series? Is it a game series?
It's from the War Game magazines. The strategy tactics.
It's
number
going to
one.
be like
That's
Baton
what I'm
Rouge.
saying is
Yeah.
like your musket and saber. Is it a series? Valverde's.
Oh no, this is just his little Richard
Wow.
Berg's game here. 1991.
Jeff, it's going to be like Baton Rouge. That was a magazine game too.
Yeah, that's the one GBA CW game that I will never play.
You told me to send it to you.
Swear to God, dude.
But it's not supposed to be a big game, right?
No,
Yeah. Okay.
not all
Yeah.
big games. Not just, but games being small doesn't necessarily mean they're simple.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I got some interesting input about Richard Berg. I got to listen to Dick Whittaker. Well, he did it on our show too, talking about how he bought the label for GBA CW.
Yeah,
Who?
it's,
Richard Berg or Dick Whittaker?
Dick Whittaker bought it from Richard Berg
Yeah.
before he
Can you
died.
do that with the in Hex Encounter? Can you substitute game systems?
We
No.
were just talking about that.
Musket. Like, can I use Musket Saber for Battle of Valverde?
There's some games you can pull that off in.
Yeah,
All right,
we were
so-
just talking about that.
Yeah. So is it Advantage Miniature Wargaming on that side, huh?
Yes, correct. We've always, I mean, I feel like we've been even Jeffy's been relatively, all right admitting that. Yeah,
Well, I'm playing the Ginsburg 77 with the Terrible Swift Sword reinforcement chart.
exactly.
Well, I have a bunch of those. Well, play some Meandering. Yeah. Buy games and don't play them. What the heck? Oh, I also opened up the Waterloo box.
You got your big 28 millimeter Napoleonic box.
Yeah, I opened it up, and boy, I tell you what, that forces you to go rank and file.
Either it's huge and it's Waterloo. What were you thinking you were going to do, buddy?
I like my soldiers in action, shooting and running, and these guys are
Why would
freaking.
you buy a box like that? Just because of the price?
Yes. I was about to say you bought the wrong damn box, buddy. Toss that bad boy back up on eBay.
Yeah, I'll learn. I already paid for it. I'll learn. So it's black powder.
It is, but if you want to play Black Powder Napoleonics where people are running and jumping and shooting, just go grab yourself some Peninsula figures and play like bigger battles with it.
Brian, we'll wait till you get a game that has counters like this.
Can't see it. What's that?
Just in one of my
Is that a tackle box? Fishing lures?
calendars. What is this?
Huh?
Oh, this is this War in the Pacific. That's one of the trays.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You're playing your Napoleons.
It's a 4-inch box, so it wouldn't fit in there.
So, no, I'm waiting on an order. I found some lichen that's the desert brown color. So, and then I'm gonna set the table up, and then I got to do. That's the only thing. That's the only downfall that with Fistful of Lead. You got to make the dang cards.
Yeah, but that's also one of the advantages.
Yeah, I know.
Is that because you make the cards, you can play.
But
Also-
for a campaign, that means I have to go back and redo them over and over again because they're gonna have different. As the campaign goes on, they're gonna have different, whatever improvements or whatever.
Yeah, that's why you just save them and then you can just change it and email it back out to Jeffy.
There you go. There's a tutorial.
I don't know how you guys do the. Do you just get regular card stock and just print them that way?
No, I print them on normal printer paper and then I put them in a sleeve
Yeah,
with a. You go to the dollar store.
I could do all that. Yeah, that's not a
I'm
problem.
done with cards. I'm done with cards.
But I'm
That's
talking
super-
of how they do their designs and all that stuff.
Oh, like Jay and Steve?
Yeah, all those.
Because
little
it's what they do professionally, man.
Oh,
Like they do all those themselves because they're insane and really good at it.
all right.
Chris, what do you do yours in?
Pages.
Yeah, so you can just put it together in any sort of app. I mean, Chris doesn't do all the fancy stuff they do, but his cards look really good.
Yeah, because I could do the typical, because they have the PDF stuff now, and I could print them off that way. It's no problem.
That's what I just did with the games I took to Battles and Brews, man.
Once you get a template made, then you can just plug them in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless
But
we got,
the ones that Robin made, A, are free, but then B, they also, you can add a picture to them also.
I'm finding myself going to back pages and just flat out using the traits from what the pre-made
Don't-
stuff because I just
Don't
want to get
talk
going.
about using Backpage, Brian. You use what?
What's back? What? I don't know what back page is.
I don't know.
Backpage is like an illegal Craigslist for hookers. Don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You where? What are you talking about?
the back pages of the Wiley's rule book thing where he has the pre-made groups and all that. I'm starting to do more of that than sitting there trying to, pick
Oh.
and choose.
I was about to say, ultimately, the more you just do, you trait stuff up. It doesn't take long to eventually just realize, okay, I'm looking for a
Always
shitty
use-
character.
I always let the dice decide, man. I roll the dice and that picks my traits for me.
11:30. I'm out. See y'all.
That's,
Mhm.
all right,
Jeffy,
bye.
love you,
See you.
buddy.
Bye, Goldie. I'll see you later on. Take care. Be great. Bye. There. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta say it fast when he
I
says,
know.
"Okay, I'm leaving,"
I know.
because he moves quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah. So, he's probably still listening too. He got off because we were starting talking about Fistful of Lead. So you're done nature games.
No. Jeffy boy, I think he said he didn't get as much nap today as usual.
Yeah.
So
He didn't.
it doesn't surprise me that he's a little on the tuckered outside. Oh, Brian, we were talking. What's your favorite movie, buddy?
Like movie I could watch over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Tombstone.
Oh, wait, what? Not Gladiator?
Well, Gladiator too, but Tombstone, Gladiator, yeah. Why?
Because I'm
Well, Tombstone because he lives there.
Well, it's just a great movie. I love it.
It is an awesome movie. You're not wrong.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
But no, we were talking about what I was painting up, and how I was here. Hold on, let me get the black done on these last three guys' pants. But I think you've seen them.
What?
But I've been painting up these gladiators for next March to Victory for you.
Yeah, because I'm just not privy to the Gladiator game, man. I was gonna build up the whole dang arena, get some octagon and hex kind of map, which are easy to get, and then build a whole arena around it
Yeah,
and stuff, and start tournaments with you guys.
we'll do it.
It'd
Where
be
is
awesome.
it?
Hey, Wag,
See,
Who?
walkabout.
Oh, Walkabout Games.
Yeah, cool.
easy peasy.
What game's that for?
Fistful. It's gonna be Fistful of Lead, Battlesuit Alpha, Cold War.
Oh, that's right. You guys are making a. Are you guys still gonna do the World War II kind of stuff?
Eventually.
Yeah, okay.
It didn't make it onto Todd's list for the year.
It did.
Cool.
actually. It
Oh,
did
it
actually.
did? It did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then hell yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Okay.
Oh,
there's-
I was reading the rule book.
All their black pants
Those
done.
aren't
Now,
that's not the updated one. What the hell?
you ready, Bry Guy?
Ready for what?
They're not done, but they're blocked in.
Well, check that out. Hey, those are way too big.
They're 54s.
Good gosh, man, you're gonna fall in with Reese too, huh?
No.
Yeah.
They
Be
just
your
don't
own.
look good.
Be your own miniature war gamer. Go your own path. Take
Look,
your
I'm gonna
path.
punch you through the fucking screen.
Let it be your journey.
Oh, shame.
It is my adventure. I'm following my heart.
It just happens as hard as in with Reese. That's all
Yeah.
right.
Come on, where's the guy with the spear in the net?
I just showed him to you. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to paint the neck.
Oh, there it is. That's the one I'd use.
And then last but not least, the lady.
They're all wearing diapers.
Yeah, it's called
That's
Gladiator.
That's Jeffy.
That's why everybody likes Gladiator movies. But yeah, no, I have a ton of 28s also. But for a big convention game, I wanted to use those. And then thanks to my friendly local gaming store, Game Night, at 8380 Watson Road, I have
Yeah, see, look.
this 1-inch hex mat for my 28s. But then my intent is to also have, because basically what I figured out is if I build a coliseum or stadium of some sort or arena that will fit at least a 12 by 12 inside of it, then I can put my rules, my cards, my dice, my measuring tapes, my everything I need inside of that, and then just transport that.
There you go.
Which
Now,
is I'm a big fan of.
You know which way I'm leaning, man. I'm going freaking Thunderdome.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
So I'm itching to get some post-apocalyptic stuff.
You know what you should do? You remember those toys that were like the balls that would shrink down and then you would pull them apart and they'd get huge? They were like plastic, but they looked like geodesic domes when you got done with them.
Yeah, like almost like an accordion or something. Just
Yeah, you should get one of those and pull it out and glue it all together. Well, except for you still would. It'd be impossible to play. And my point was do that and then cut it, and you could just glue it down and make a Thunderdome. Except for then it'd be really hard to get inside to move your guys around.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna have to take the top off, or
But one other thing I've been thinking about doing, because I've been rereading a bunch of my old sci-fi, so I went back and reread like The Time Machine and The Invisible Man and Lost World. The Lost World would be a pretty cool one to do. With one player being the human, like the main characters, so Malone and Challenger and Summerlee and Roxton. And then another player or two being the ape men, another player or two being the pygmies, and then I don't know, maybe a random player being like the pterodactyls just swooping in and eating shit. But yeah, because then I could also use the stuff I used for the pirate 4x4 bigger battles game and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. What's up?
I was just thinking, I already have Romies and Germans are. I was thinking about doing another bigger battles with them again.
That's fair. I could always put on Snakes on a Plane also with my Celts and Romans. Snakes on a Plane.
Can't go wrong with Snakes on a Plane.
Because Gaius Flavius is tired of all these fucking snakes on his fucking plane. And so he's got to wipe out all the, Celts who are balling out with their balls out.
Yeah. Oh, crap. I'm summoned. All righty.
Bye, Brian.
Bye.
Hey, buddy. I'm happy your goatee's back. Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night.
That seems reasonable.
So, you guys take care. Thanks, everybody, for showing out.
Thanks, man.
Truly appreciate it. Wardrobe, thanks for joining us and playing your game. Well, reading your rules.
Well, I played. I got the movement segment done. I was setting up barrages. I've already rolled.
There you go. Mike, Telemachus, Chris Long, Chris Naguia, Charles, Hissy. Thanks one and all for showing up tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Saturday, I'm going to be back on. We're going to attempt to continue tackling this monstrosity. It's been a real pain in the dick.
You got it. You just got to knock
Yep.
those engines out, and you'll be gold.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So, anyway, everybody take care, and as always, until next time, we will see you on the flip side.
See you guys.
Thank you.